Hi, it's Karen here. Thank you for joining me. Today I thought we would paint this really cute little strawberry. We've had a wonderful season of strawberries this year, so I thought it's coming to the end of their season now, so I thought I might just do a little watercolour just to celebrate their gorgeousness. So this is what we're going to be painting today. So let's get started. I'm going to try and do a little bit of a close-up with my camera, so hopefully you'll be able to see better. So I'm just going to change it now. Hopefully that works better. So this is what we're going to be painting. So let's get started. I'm going to be using my my size 4 round brush today. I don't know whether you can see my I just put it back. I'll zoom in when needed, I think, because I don't think you could see too good without seeing my palette. I'm going to be using going straight into the paint, but you could use your pencil just to give out a rough strawberry shape, okay? But if you feel confident and you don't feel that you need to do that, then by all means just go in and go in with your brush and your paint. Now, with a very loose paint, with that I mean it's quite watery, I'm just going to drop in this gorgeous cadmium red. Now, just to give me the shoulders of the strawberry, really, okay? But what we're going to be doing, we're going to be looking at our white space to give us that kind of wet feeling, if you get my drift. Now I'm just going to go into yellow, cadmium yellow, and again with a really watery brush I'm just going to be dropping in some cadmium, just rubbing my paintbrush along. All right, now I'm going to be using, I think I'm just going to be dropping 2 little maybe 3 white spaces. So I've chosen this space here, and I'm going to choose, I'll just go into my cadmium yellow, and I'm just going to put in a bit here, just going up to the shoulders of the strawberry again, and just bringing it down. Now that's going to be these are my white spaces that I've left here, so we're not going to be painting on those at all. So I'm just bringing that round, nice and loose, really nice watery watercolor paint, and I'm just dropping that in. If you do go over onto your white space, don't worry too much. You can just bleed that out with your brush. But if you can be mindful of not painting over it, that would be good. And I'm just putting this gorgeous rich red down. Okay, kind of looks a bit jack-o'-lantern, doesn't it? Looks a bit spooky, but yeah, just keep that lovely straw shape. You don't have to be too exact, because in the real world they're not. Okay, and if you think, oh, I don't want that there, then just paint it out. Okay. So now I'm going to change up to my Japanese size 4 watercolour brush. Now I've got a bit of paint, green paint. This is forest green on my tray, and I'm just going to activate it again. Now very, very loosely. Now you would let yours dry at this stage, but I'm just going to put in these really easy strawberry leaves. Don't have to be too exact on this. It's not an exact science. So if you want to give it a little bit more of a point, absolutely you can do that. Okay, so this is what you'll be left with. So at this stage, we just let our paint dry. If you want to, you can mix up a darker green. Again, on my tray, I've got a bit of a darker green on there, and it's forest green with a little bit of a touch of Van Dyke brown. So I'm just activating that, and I'm just going to drop that in at the base here, just to make it a little bit more interesting. Okay, now I'm going to set that one aside. Now I am going to do, because the paints, I'm waiting for one that I did earlier, but it's still not quite dry. So I thought we would, in between time, we'd paint this really quick little, very, very loose orchid. So that, I thought that might be quite nice to paint in between time. So I just put that one out of the way, and all we're doing is nice and easy, same palette that we've been using, and I'm literally just going to put 3. You kind of know how orchids grow. They have these lovely leaves, don't they? And they kind of do one at the top, kind of at the side, and sometimes they have one at the bottom. But I'm literally just dropping that in there, not really thinking about it at all, just dropping in my paint. Okay. This is nice and spontaneous, isn't it? Didn't plan this one. Oh, I've got a horrid fly now. And then just in the middle, I'm just going to dot a little bit of the cadmium yellow in, and just let that bleed out. And I'm going to just activate my purple and just add that, just to give me just a little bit of a deeper colour. And again, I'm just dropping these in, really not thinking about it too much, just dropping this in, wet on wet, really nice and simple. And then what I think we'll do is we'll just catch this with our pencil, just to show that they are on a stem. Okay, so if you want to just wiggle, absolutely, that's always good. Now I'm just going to do the tiniest of little vase, are they? Bowl, just like so. And then with a really lovely Azura blue, I'm just gonna just drop that in. Again, not thinking about this. This is really spontaneous, nice and loose. Really keep it nice and loose. and just bring those edges round. All right, moving our paint around, just dropping a little more intense colour at the corners, and again we're just using the white space to our advantage, because it is our friend. All right, I'm going to go a little bit stronger now with this azure blue. I did think about using cobalt blue, but I thought that might be a little bit too strong. Okay, now again, just in the puddle of paint that I'd made before, I'm just going to put these really nice, they're just spontaneous leaves, just generic leaves. Don't get caught up in that they've got to be perfect. They don't. They really don't. Okay, just going to put one in there. That's still wet, so I'm not gonna put anything on there yet. And then just for the just so we can keep our pot grounded, I'm just going to rub my brush just along, just so it's on the floor, it's on the ground. Okay, it is quite a squat little pot, isn't it? So with my pencil, I'm just going to go around now and just put in these petals. Okay, don't get caught up with they have to be perfect. They really don't. It's really nice and loose on this. And then what we're going to do again now is we're just gonna liven that up just ever so slightly, just to give it a little bit of a pop. Just drop that in. Just drop that in. If you want to think, yeah, I'll just fill in that bit round there. That's absolutely fine. Fill that petal in. You can, but don't fuss with it, and don't start fiddling. This is about being spontaneous. Now, I don't know whether you can see too clearly. I will bring it up to the camera in a short while, but where we've put our marks with our pencil, it's actually really cool. The paint's going in, so that's lovely. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go in with this is indigo blue. You can use black if you want to, but I'm just going to use the indigo blue. Okay. Just to give us that stronger line. And you know, I think I'm just going to go into cadmium yellow again and just drop some in. It's still wet, so we're still working wet on wet, and just drop it in just with the tip of your brush and let the paint and the water have a play together, and see what lovely results you get. I am just going to go into this darker green, and I'm just going to pop another leaf in there, just not darkening everything up on these leaves. I'm just putting a little bit of contrast in, just want to make it just pop a little bit more. Okay, again, white space is our friend, so don't worry about that too much. That's absolutely fine. Now I think what we could do is let's give them a little bit of colour. We're just going to put a little just a little bud on the end. Okay, just a touch on the end. Now I'm going to set that aside because we haven't finished with that, with this painting yet. We will come back to that. So I'm just going to set that one to one side, and I'm going to bring back now my strawberry, which is now it's now dry enough for me to work on. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to just touch that with a bit of clean water, and again a bit of forest green, and I'm just going to touch, just put that touch in there, and just, I do want it a little bit darker, just ever so, just because it's touching down on this on the top of the strawberry. Okay, and again right, now what we're going to do is we're going to go into our cadmium red, and we're going to put some really lovely little strawberry seeds in. I think they are, aren't they? So we're just going to drop those in. Don't have to be too precise, but where it's darker on this side, I'm going to darken this up quite a bit, and I'm just going to put in, just make that a little bit more, and I'm just going to put kind of like it's just made darker with the purple, because I really want this to be a super ripe strawberry. Again, just going around, pushing this around with my brush. Okay. Again. I'm going into scarlet red now, and I'm just putting a little bit of scarlet in, just to lift it just a touch. Just want it to bring it up a tiny bit. Okay, we just want it to have the contrast between these gorgeous reds that we've got going on and the contrast of the white space. Okay, just keep popping in. Keep standing back and having a look at it. If you think that it's too dark down here, just get your wet brush and with some clean paper tissue, just blot it out. Okay, a bit like when you're doing your lipstick. I don't know if anybody does that anymore, do they? So I'm going back into the Glorious Scarlet, and I'm just dropping that in there. I just want to get that diffused look. So with the darker colour, I'm just going to put these, still a bit wet there. Just want to put these strawberry, yeah, still a little bit wet there. Okay, we just have to wait for that one to dry a little bit more. Just take that out. Just gonna add again with the scarlet red. We're just glazing, really. We're just going over what we've already put down, and it just gives us that pop that we're looking for. Okay, so I'm just going to set this to one side again. It's the drying time really that is the thing. Now our little watercolour, yeah, that seems to be no, that was the one I showed you earlier, wasn't it? I put that one over here. Oh, she's still quite wet, but hey, let's go for it. Let's just go for it. Now you can use your pen, your pencil, sorry, your paintbrush if you want to, and you can use black or indigo blue, but I quite like the fine liner, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over these lovely marks that we've put down for our leaves. Hope you can see okay. And then I'm just gonna it's really being nice and loose, and then all I'm going to do is just go over. Now yours would be dry, mine's still wet, which is not ideal, but I just want to give you the essence of it really. And also, if it is a little bit wet, sometimes you get some really nice marks that you put down because it's taking the control out of your hands. It's allowing you to be spontaneous. It's a bit scary because you think, oh, I don't know, should I be doing that? Yeah, do it. That's the only time we can explore and see how we're getting along. Now I'm just going to lighten that up with the scarlet red, and I'm just going to drop that in, because not a huge amount. I just want to just zing it a little bit, just ever so slightly, and just give a little bit of a pop. Just the tip of our brush. Okay. And for the final flore, I'm going to be bold, and I'm going to mix up just a very, very light glaze of purple. Just stick it there in my tin so you can see it, and a little bit of the cadmium red. That's quite purple actually. I just need a little bit more red. No, too much. That's more like it. Just taking the excess off, just to warm it up a bit. Okay. And don't be afraid to go on with a light glaze of what you've already done, and then let's put a little bit in there. So that's that one. That little the little painting that we used for the drying time in between the painting of the strawberry. I'm just going to put just a little bit of that lovely purpley colour down there. Right, set this one aside now to dry. And bring the strawberry back. Right, with a damp brush now, going into our darker seed colour for our little strawberry. Yeah, that's better. And we just drop them in. Okay. And you don't have to be super precise on this. You really don't. You really don't. I'm just going to put a little bit, just take that down just a touch more, and I'm just going to put just a bit of, just a darker colour. And all I did there was I just took a little bit of the cadmium and the purple that we mixed up, and just put the tip of my brush in and just put it into my green, which gives us a really nice shadow colour. Okay. And I think I'm just gonna put can go on and on, really. Anyway, I'm gonna call that done. So this is our strawberry. I hope you like it, and I hope you do give it a go. I'll bring it up. It's still quite wet. I'll just put that to one side, and this is the one that's dry. There you go, and you can see the white space that just gives us that really nice kind of pop. And of course, not forgetting our little drying orchid. Two little fun little watercolours. Hope you give it a go. It's lots of fun to do, and see you again soon. Bye.